Hello there. Hey, everybody. This is a topic that I want to talk to you about, and it's going to be about business integrity. And this was a request, some information. Someone said I should be this because they have a business, and I think that they're running into some issues with this. Now, this particular subject that I'm getting ready to talk about is very important and it is needed. So I am so glad that they even brought it up to me because I do offer this sector of my courses. I offer this information to my clients. So I do want to go over a video with you and share this with you all. Now, what I want to say to you before I get started, now this is very important at what we're going to talk about, because this right here will make or break your business. And you know why? It will make and break your business because it's so important for you to follow a business of having integrity and being very, very attentive to your customers. And I think that a reason why a lot of businesses don't, they may stay in business and they don't grow like they can, and they don't have that unique selling proposition in their business, is because this right here, what we're going to talk about today. And if you do this, which all businesses should have some level of this integrity that I'm finna speak of, but if you do this, it will set you apart from every other business that is out there, because a lot of people get too comfortable and they feel like, my customer is just, my they just my customer is they are they are okay, so they're going to keep coming to me, because you just get complacent. Okay, so we don't want to do that. We don't want to get complacent with our customers. Now, one of the first things I do want to share with you, and I want to let you know, is integrity is doing the right thing, doing the moral thing with someone, whether somebody's watching you or not. You just doing the right thing, period. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get into what I want to share with you. What a few things. All righty. Now, one of the things that I do believe that can make or break a business is going to be, one, arriving on time. If you have a service or you have a product, you have to convey to your customers what the time frame will be, what if you got to arrive there, what time, or or you're going to arrive at the location. And if something come up, tell them. I experienced something here in January of this year, which was very, very positive. I mean, a couple of companies, I was helping my mom do some things, and we had to get some estimates on some things and make some calls, but everybody had integrity. And you know what? They didn't look like me. At least they didn't have the same color skin as I did. And for that reason alone, I think in the Black community, a lot of times I've reached out and I even tried to give the business to some other businesses before I even reached out. But guess what happened? They didn't return my calls. They either, person was not out of town. They didn't call back, didn't communicate. I get so, I'm in business, and I do well, a couple of my businesses. One of them, I still do, clients, for as hair is concerned. And what it burned me up is, I schedule you a time and you late every time your appointment, and then you come up with an excuse every time. After a while, you get tired of hearing it. So that's on my side, to the customer. So just imagine if somebody's paying you and you late, you know, they can find somebody else that is not, for one, you don't know what someone else has to do. You don't know what they have to do. You don't know what's going on with them. So that is a very, 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 very Very major thing when it comes down to business. Be on time. They always say CPT, color people time. They love because one, think about it. A lot of us don't start on time on anything. You can go to a wedding, weddings at 4 o'clock. It'd be 6 o'clock before they get started, or a reception, or anything like that. I mean, it's ridiculous that people still do that kind of stuff. So if you want to pretty much be a unique selling proposition, to have that as a unique selling proposition for your business, you need to be very cautious and be very mindful and very conscious of your being on time and in your time. So don't allow that to happen. Don't let it happen. And like I said, if you have a service, make sure that service is on time, and communicate if it's going to be late. If you have products that you ship, you should already have that information in your on your website, or in something in the receipt or something when you email or something, letting them know what time it's going to get there approximately. And then if anything come up, please give them a contact number to call you. Stay in communication with people. Now, let's talk about being on time when you had a, when somebody, if you have a business that's a service business and you come up, you give a person a time. Stop always really making up excuses, and stop scheduling appointments on top of each other. It's bad like this in the beauty business. When I was, when I had my first salon, that's something I never practiced, because I do remember, and mom too. I love her. I love her so much. The one that does my hair, been my stylist for 30 something years. I wasn't too, I didn't like that. Although she was good at what she did. So sometimes I would sit there and suffer through it, but I just didn't like sitting in a salon. And a lot of people don't like that. And over the years, she got a little bit better with her time. She did at some point in time, but now it's a totally different story because her business model have changed so much. But I didn't do that when I was in my salon. Who likes to sit in a place like that all day long? So that's something that the beauty industry need to deal with too. So that, but anyway, that's a service business. So also, speaking of time in your business, you have to make sure that you have everything that you need, so you don't be back and forth. If you don't have all your supplies and all this stuff, just wasting a whole lot of time doing a project for someone, especially even if you're getting paid by the hour. But if you even getting paid by the product itself or by the service itself, and the project of the service, sh- that's the next thing I'm going to talk about. Make sure that you are very integral on what you're charging people. Next thing, okay, that leads me into the second thing. Be upfront with your pricing. I don't care what business you're in, everybody has a price. You have a price for your service, and you have you have, hopefully you have established that. Don't get to a place and then you started upselling. Now every business should do this. You should put this in your business model. Upselling, that's a part of bringing more, utilizing, but not utilizing, but having your customer, that one customer, because you may have some other services that they need, and so yeah, upsell them. But don't get to their place, or let's say for instance, if you're doing something physical at their home or whatever, and then you get to their home and you see how they're living, and then you like, oh God, they look like they have money. Don't price your stuff, your products or your services based on what you see when you get to your location of where you need to be. That's operating integrity. You need to have already sat down and came up with your pricing, came up with, come up with everything that you need for your business, and make sure that it is structured pricely correctly. And then you're not coming out of thin air with a price. That's why I tell people, clients all the time, this is what you need to do. You don't need to be guessing on the price. Now, with me in my business coaching, say for instance, with me, it all depends. Some things is basic price for me, but some things it all depends on what the client want me to do. That's how I have to price especially my coaching services. If you come to me one-on-one, I have to tell you, what I'm going to charge for that particular project, because it's going to take me man hours, work or whatever. And if you come to me for consulting, 9 times out of 10, I have, I can pretty much tell you what what kind of time frame you gonna have to, if you do it, but I will be coaching you that, and then I won't be physically doing it myself, because my time and hour is worth more than me giving the information to you. So that's a total different price. So that's a little different. But just not, people just looking at the person and looking at their situation, because my price is the base price. Now, what I will do sometimes is I would say, hey, well, I can work with you on this for now. And if I feel, sometimes now I can do that by discretion, not saying, but I would never overcharge anybody. I would always say, well, I normally charge this, but I work with you on this, and that's because that's my decision. And that ain't between nobody but me and the client. So I will do that from time to time. I mean, just to kind of help. But sometimes I think I overdo that, because sometimes people don't appreciate it. So anyway, next thing that you should definitely make sure of, being able to build, communicating with your clients, I would say, just communicating with them and building the relationships with them, and not making them feel like it's a transactional relationship. Because when you do that, it's just the morale is low. And especially if you are not communicating with that customer right, and then let's say the job is of worth 2,000, and then you end up charging them 1,500. You probably gonna do you're not gonna do you're gonna do a subpart for one. You're not gonna give them everything that you have, because they're not gonna charge this person or whatever. And then don't price something, especially before you even see what you got to do. Don't ever do that. A lot of people do that, and that'll keep you in check too. That will, because you would not have put your foot in your mouth, so to speak. You wouldn't have done that to yourself. Now, and then also your skill set. If you can't do the job, you just can't do it. You don't know how to do it, and you said, "Well, I get in there and I try to figure it out." Don't do that. If that's not in your lane and your expertise, just don't do it. Just like with me, I can't do no attorney work. I mean, no CPA work. I mean, I pretty much know, because like, we had to take accounting classes when I was in business school. That's something different. But I can't be an attorney. I won't even try, and I can't give you legal advice. So operate with your skill set. And what I would do is certain, need requires, and I say, look, I can refer you to someone. So that's why I have a directory of people that I already know, and I've already talked to them and let them know that, hey, I send you a referral here and there, and then I send you an email or whatever and say, hey, such and such may be calling you. They need this or that. Not this is one of my clients. But okay, boom, 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 yeah. Okay, thank you, Sandy, for letting me know. That's the relationship I have with people that are skilled. In other words, some things you got to outsource. Now, what I have done too in the past is making sure that, okay, if this is a part of my package and this is a part of what I'm doing, I'll let them know, say, hey, I have a client, but they are paying me, and I give you for whatever, if tell me what it costs me to get the forms from you, or this, that, and the other. I do that too, because we have that relationship. Because sometimes the attorneys don't, those projects, they don't want to hire, and because I have an attorney on retainer, I can get things. So basically that person is a part of my team, what I'm saying to you. So I can reach out to them and say, hey, I need this document for my client, this is what they needed, da, 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 da. The client can't really go to them, because the client is going to end up spending more money going to them on their own. You get what I'm saying? Because they got to pay the consultation fee. They're gonna have to pay this fee, that, and 9 times out of 10, because I've already built a relationship with, I'm saving them money in the long run. So in other words, operate that way. And when you do that, everything goes so smooth. Okay. Now, one of the next things that I do want to do, you definitely um, be Respectful, especially if you're a service business, if you have to go out to someone's property or whatever you have to do, be respectful of their property. Be respectful of other people's space. If you have to, whatever, just be respectful. If you're doing a project that was going to require you to clean up, like let's say a lawn care service, or even somebody's coming in doing home improvement, clean up your mess, clean up behind yourself, remove whatever need being removed, remove all of that. Now, say for instance, if you have a construction project, now the person that comes in, let's say for instance, you got something, a lot of stuff you got, maybe you have to haul off some stuff. What you need to do is put that into the price, because nine times out of 10, you got to go out to a landfill and take some of the stuff and dump it. You can't just dump it into a regular trash can. Be You should have already done your homework to find out what it's going to cost you, so where you can put that on to the customer, because that's a part of what's going to require the job to be done. I got a couple of clients that I do invoices for all the time, and that's what one of my clients, that's what he does. He said, okay, so it's going to cost me this, so can you write up the invoice for this for my client, do this. And I mean, they itemize everything, that those costs that's added on to the clients, and then everybody know what's what, and they're operating in integrity, and they let them know that, hey, I'm gonna have to pay for this, so I need you to write, so I need, so this is what it's going to be, and they let them know that, hey, and but if you want to go out there and do it, and nine times out of 10 the customer's not going to want to do that cleanup, come on. So you have to be, operating integrity about that too as well. So this is a good way for you to just say, be excellent. You get a good survey for them, you may even get a good review from them, because you will be operating in the most professional way that you can, and giving the customer everything that you guys agreed upon when you're doing business together. And then also, another thing is, stand behind your work. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you are standing behind what you do. Now, I know some things, if somebody come and buy a $47 product for me, I'm standing behind. I can't stand behind you implementing that. I mean, the stuff like that. If somebody's coming in doing a small job for you, but when you're spending a lot of money, stand behind your work. And even if somebody, just explain to them as you're doing a project for them. And I find out, when you do that, let them understand what you're doing, then they won't be hounding you, and they won't think that, you did a shabby job, or this, that, and the other. And let them know, if something that you fix for them, you can say, hey, this is not, if you do this, this is going to happen. So that way, they are, whatever you've done for them, if you fix something for them and they try to manipulate or open it wrong or use it incorrectly, then that's on them. But communicate, here again, communicating that, and then too, standing by your work. Just like I have a client that does a lot of, like I said, the one with the invoice, he always have me put at the bottom, just saying, Miss Lewis, when you finish that, could you please just put, 1 year warranty or whatever, the guarantee 1 year. Mostly, I think his work is normally 1 year warranty. That's real good. A lot of people give you 90 days. So he's operating in integrity, because number one, he know his work as well. He know what he respects, and he knows his stuff. He really stands behind what he does. And that's what I'm talking about. Those are some things that you should do and it is a way to operate in integrity. And also, educating your people, your customer, your client, educating them on what you're doing, and preventive measures. Don't say, yeah, I'm gonna fix this, and then they may have to call me back in 2 weeks or whatever, but I ain't gonna tell them about this, and I ain't gonna tell them about that. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if you help them and enlighten them and educate them about some things that for a problem that they're hiring you for, maybe next time they will come to you, and they will recommend you to other people as well. So just think about, if you withhold some information from them that it could be beneficial, just think about it. How many times, and then, and they're not really satisfied with you. Just think about how much you're missing out on, for as them recommending you to somebody that they know. So you would have lost out if you don't take that step. So that's something else that you should think about too in business. Okay. Now, there are a few other things that I want to say to you, and I might do a part two to this, but these are some things that I think that, these are major, major things that I think that is very important for you. And then this is something I'm going to say to you. When you are out here in the world of business, I see it all the time. I work with a lot of different people. This is what you have to do. For one, you have to know your worth. You have to show others your worth, and you have to charge your worth. You have to show others your worth. You have to know your worth first. You have to charge your worth, and then you have to, guess what? You have to show others your worth. So, with that being said, you got to know your worth, show your worth, and charge your worth. That's what I want to say. That's what yeah. So, in all of that being said to you, sit down and organize your business model. I keep telling you guys about a business plan. Plan it out, have it structured, know what's what. And like I said, there are some things, some projects that you may be working on that you may have to get back with them in a few days, because everything is not a cookie cutter process. And especially something may be a little bit more complex for you, for you to do for a customer, especially if you have a service business that you can do different things and everybody doesn't want the same thing from you. Okay. So that is going to be it on that. Business integrity is going to take your business and you a long way in life. Now, I know sometimes you can get these customers and these clients they're just hard to deal with. They're just somebody that you can't please and can't satisfy. But let me tell you what I've learned from experience. 9 times out of 10, you know already who they are. A lot of times when you're working with them in the early part of your project or when you're interacting with them. Because sometimes you can explain things and you can talk to people in the beginning of the process and you already know that you definitely have to cross your T's and dot your I's. And you should be doing that anyway. So with that being said, like I say, take your business very seriously. Take it, just take it like your life depends on it, which it does. Your future success depends on it. And let's start doing better. Let's operate more like we really, really want the gift. We want to use the gift and we want to help others with the gift that God has given us. Because he gave a lot of you the gifts to do whatever you do. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but let me tell you this. Don't allow him to share the prosperity and share the wealth and share the profits to someone else that is mediocre to you. And you're not taking him seriously by doing what you need to do to operate like him. Okay. So that's all I want to say in this video. And then also if you want to reach me, you can reach me. You can click the link in the bio of somewhere on one of these videos. You can reach me. pushthedream.com. You can also text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465 and get on the text messaging list. I do trainings, I do classes, and sometimes I may drop you a course or two, or drop you something, maybe a cheat sheet, or I just let you know when I am going live or something like that, or either if I'm getting ready to do a free training. So just stay connected, because if something happened to the internet streets, you can be able to get in touch with me. Okay. Alrighty. And I hope that it's something that I said to help you. Like I said, if you do need to reach out, need a one-on-one, be sure to reach me. Yeah. Be sure to contact me with the one-on-one. And my one-on-ones are for a fee, because I'm going to specifically talk to you about your business. Okay. I am not the pick the brain kind of business strategist. Okay. You can pick my brain once we talk about working together. How about that? Okay. All righty. Well, I will talk to you later, and also have a beautiful day. And do remember these things I said. and you'll be well on your way. And if you are not implementing these things, please start. It's not too late. Okay. All right. I'll see you in the next video. And thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Talk soon. Bye bye.